welcome once again to Living in the 21st Century. Joining me today is Vasil Shevchenko from Ukraine, former transportation minister. My brother, it's good to have you on again today.
Thank you. Thank you for invitation, for having me, for cooperation. Thank you.
Sure. I recognize there's a lot going on right now in Ukraine. Support is really bumping up. I see that Germany is providing Ukraine with another Patriot system and 500 million francs. That's good. And we have the United States allow Ukraine to strike the border territory of the Russian Federation using HIMARS, MLRs, and GMLRs rocket systems. Norway have signed a long-term security agreement. The same thing for Iceland, also signed a long-term bilateral agreement. And Sweden signing a guarantee agreement. You have a lot of support from the European allies right now. Backing Zelensky, everything looking good, but it also appears that Russia has stepped up his bombardment some parts of Ukraine right now. How is things looking over there?
To be honest, now is quite difficult time for Ukraine because Ukraine forces haven't received enough ammunition to defend our battle line from package which was adopted in United States. And ammunition from our European partners haven't been supplied. They promised us in previous year. And they haven't managed to supply ammunition which were promised Czech Republic, who became the leaders of this group, who's promised to provide it. And it happened because of we know many challenges for this year. First of all, Russia decided to attack us in an appropriate time, and they decided to attack in unexpected place close to the border using so-called gliding bombs. And these gliding bombs are eliminating Ukraine's bordering cities and bordering villages. And then they tried to attack it, but they managed to move for a couple of kilometers. It was so-called gray zone before, and they were attacking and were stopped by Ukrainian forces. And we were not able to use against Russia's aircraft, which were launching these gliding bombs and missiles from Russia's territory. You know that the Russians are attacking Ukraine from Russia's territory, and because of it, it's important to have this kind of agreement between Ukraine and our partners to have permission to use against Russia's aircraft and air base and their stockpiles and military troops camps, which are at the Russia territory, because they are using it against Ukraine, and because of it, Ukraine wasn't able to intercept Russia's aircraft using air defense forces. And because of it, this agreement you commented are important for Ukraine. And you know that in 5 days, European Union will have election campaign for European Commission. It's an election campaign for electing 720 parliamentarians, which will represent 400 million Europeans. And we will see new new format relations in society, and because of it European Union isn't strong in current days, and they are deeply involved in domestic relations concerning forming new European Parliament. And then in Italy will take place, it seems to me, from 13 to 15 June will take place Grade 7 meeting, and at this meeting will be invited countries from so-called Global South, just to discuss how to react for Russia's invasion, and how to react for newly formed union between Russia, China, and North Korea and Iran. These countries are threatening, and they are not involved in their domestic election campaign, but because it's autocracy, and the autocracy has targets to damage democratic countries, and are playing different games in different points of the world. And during this meeting in Italy, Ukraine's president will sign agreement together with United States President Joseph Biden, so-called peace agreement, that it will confirm our deep cooperation, and thanks United States for support and for cooperation in really difficult situation, because now thanks United States, Ukraine immediately received ammunition from United States, and thanks it we managed to stop Russia's troops at the Kharkiv direction, and now successfully are eliminating. But I think that they will try to storm once more during the summer. They will try to do it, and because of it, Ukraine initiated so-called negotiations in Switzerland, and this negotiation will demonstrate that more than 80 countries will send their representative to discuss how to establish peace in the world, how to resist Russia Federation. It will not be a meeting which will allow us and will allow visitors to stop Russia Federation, but it will demonstration. And we don't expect that there will be China. I think that it would be good signal for democracy if China visited it. But they decided not to visit, but time will show. And we will see what will happen. And then after this election, after this meeting, we will know, because next most important things that will India visit this meeting or not. We are sure that they are going to visit. And it will demonstrate that majority countries in the world are against this war. But I don't think that Russia will react for it immediately, but I think that together, as a result of negotiations in Italy, as a result of meeting Grade 7 country with invited countries, discussion will demonstrate which new instruments will be used against Russia Federation to stop them. But now we we have had many times that Russia it's turning into China's proxy, and we more and more understanding that it's China who's playing games and trying to provoke European countries and trying to provoke United States just to have domination. From opposite side, we can see that they have domestic problems. We saw that there are a lot of challenges in domestic economy in China, and yesterday appeared information that Russia's interior so-called market, security market, has plunged, and it means that it will reflect their opportunities to cover military expenditures and their opportunity to to hold economy, and we will see it. But now we are in the key point, and this point will demonstrate how the situation will be developing. And I'd added that Ukraine is holding domestic drafty campaign, and now in Ukraine is implemented new law concerning drafting new soldiers, and we will have more and more soldiers, but all this army needs ammunition, additional money for covering expenditures, and our domestic relations are growing as the war and bordering clashes have become more and more rapid
One thing,
dangerous.
one thing. Sorry for crossing you. One thing I'm concerned about. When this war first got started, Russia had deployed more than 250,000 people, soldiers and military equipment to the Ukrainian borders before he started his attack. Then, since then, up to this juncture, more than 500,000 Russian soldiers had died. I'm wondering still how much more lives has to go that don't want to fight this war that exists in Russia, who were trying to escape. How many more of them are going to step up to fight Ukraine? Why are they doing it? Is it because of a dictatorial country? I'm trying to fathom, some things just don't make sense. Where is he getting all this replenishment from? I know he's getting it from China, he's getting it from Iran and so forth. But how much longer is he going to continue to say enough is enough and just let Ukraine get ahead with their life? It just doesn't make sense. The USSR will never be again. I think Putin is a very sick man mentally. He's mentally disturbed. Could United States and the Allied forces, along with Zelensky, come up with some strategic plan to bring this war to a halt? I know they have done their best in terms of shutting down their finances from Russia, but I still don't understand where Russia is getting all his finances from to buy equipment from North Korea, buying equipment from Iran. Where is he really getting the money from? Since the United States of America have put so much hold on his finances and his yachts and yachts that belong to his comrades and so forth. So much has been done to stop Russia. What is propelling them? Who is fueling the monetary structure that they can afford to buy so much weaponry from Iran and buy it from North Korea, China, etc.? I don't understand that. How could this be? I'm sure China is not giving him equipment for free. So it bothers me how much longer he's going to be able to keep up financing this war. And will it become a point where he say enough is enough? Let Ukraine get on with their life, or are he going to go nuclear? These are things that are beginning to get to my mind. How is he going to facilitate this war? This 2 years the war had been going on, and I don't understand how Russia is getting their money. I don't know if you got anything to add to that, Vasil. It's just weird.
Yeah, I will try to answer because it's quite difficult to form idea what will be next and how to resist it, because it's has happened firstly in the world, and how to react we must build together, because it appeared that there are countries which are not interested in peace around the globe. And these countries, similar to so-called 1948 Orwell, which described it like next autocracy will tell themselves that they are peace providers. And now we can see, because they are united only in one case, when they demonstrate their domestic society that they are enemies, that's a broad enemy. And they must be ready to fight with them, and that enemy are going to come to their countries and to capture or to kill them. But all these things are working in one case, when this country has full domination their so-called media, because we would better to name it propaganda channels. And if people are listening it from propaganda channels, they believe it and then follow the idea they are able to receive from different screens and radio stations. And because of it, I'd say that they will fight following this idea before their leaders will have resources for waging war. And I don't think that China is interested in it, because this union, which was formed from autocratic countries and dictatorship. And for example, North Korea is producing rounds at the expense of feeding Koreans. And I don't think that China is interested, but we can see that in China lately have happened many things which have demonstrated that in China dominates Communist Party, and Communist Party is interested in cooperation with the Western country, but at the same time they want to dominate in economy. And these events contradict each other, and we can see it. But before they have enough resources, they will try to demonstrate, and they will try to express around, spread around the world their misleading ideas. They will try to demonstrate that they are following peace, but bringing the war in many countries. This type of war was used Russia Federation, for example, in African countries, and they captured through mercenaries military groups. They captured few countries rich for natural resources and received domination in these countries. And they are trying to promote their ideas, their interest, a different way. And because of it, it's important for developed country to understand it. Because first of all, to understand how to react, they must understand who's against developed countries and democratic countries. And this meeting in Switzerland will demonstrate who's following idea, but who are not, because Chinese and Russians will try to demonstrate that world is divided. That they are powerful because they, for example, China, they have many citizens, many Chinese, and that they are able to use it against Western countries or their opponent or neighboring country, or attacking Taiwan. And all these events are at the same line, and I think that time will show. But now in Ukraine, we must demonstrate it together, because Ukraine resists Russia Federation, which has provided Chinese, Iranians, North Koreans. For example, you can see that 1,000 Iranians drones are attacking Ukraine every night, and so-called ballistic missiles from North Korea are launching at Ukraine cities. It isn't high precision, but there are a lot of explosion, and they can explode residential house and to kill civilians.
With the military, sorry for crossing. With the military artillery that you just received from the United States that you can utilize to get to the borders of Russia, would that make any significant changes in the war right now in terms of for the Ukrainians to make some headway in this war with the new equipment you have just received from the United States?
To be honest, now I think that we must be careful in discussions these questions, because
Right.
United States is in election campaign.
Yes, okay.
Election campaign demands following domestic interest and domestic ideas.
Right.
And because of it, we hope that we will together, and agreement will be signed in Italy, will help us to hold cooperation, and will not allow Russia and China
Right.
break NATO bloc, because outcome election campaign in United States can influence for Europeans, for European country, for their treating
Absolutely.
this aggression. And all these countries must wait outcome just to know how to react, because for example Western Europe countries are experienced. They were occupied by Russia, and they know how what is it, and they are afraid, and they are demanding following Ukraine's forces ammunition just to stop Russia's invasion in Ukraine. Because we saw that Russia's leader and his friend Belarus's president had meeting, and wanted to demonstrate that they are ready to allocate tactical nuclear weapon. That they decided to launch drilling their troops concerning using tactical nuclear weapon. It's a type of threatening European countries, and because of it, time has big influence, and we expected that it could happen because of really dangerous situation, especially concerning election campaign for European Union, for domestic, for leaders in their in European countries, domestic election campaign, and because of it, at the battle line, it's reflected. And it's encouraging Russians to try to storm more and more often. Because, for example, half year we had 30 or 50 clashes a day, but now we can see that there are a lot of storms, and we have more than 100 clashes a day. And I think that Western weapon and their permission to use Ukraine's forces ammunition supplied from Western countries targeting Russia's military troop allocated at the Russia Federation's territory. It will allow us to act, but we cannot say that these things will be able to change, because since start of this invasion, Russia has drafted millions soldiers. They lost 500,000 at the battle line in Ukraine, but they don't demonstrate in their domestic media the number of killed soldiers at the battle line in Ukraine, because they are looking for mercenaries from around the world. We had an information that they sent to Ukraine so-called mercenaries from African countries, which were formed by Russia's proxy so-called private armies, and they are going to pay higher and higher salaries. This mercenaries promises that they will have a good life, but it's tickets, one-way tickets to Ukraine, and they will die here, and we will not allow them to move further with our Western partners.
Well, we're out of time now, Vasil. Until then, all those who have been tuning in on Living in the 21st Century, have a wonderful day.